Thanksgiving. I heard all of us had a great time. Yeah. And I have something I want to ask you. What do you call a turkey a day after Thanksgiving? What do you call a turkey a day after Thanksgiving?
Survivor. It's lucky.
Lucky, right. Well, what do you call a running turkey? What do you call a running turkey? Fast food. I have another one. I have another one very funny. If pilgrims travel on the Mayflower, I think this soon some college students, what do college students travel on? If pilgrims travel on the Mayflower, what do college students travel on? Scholarship. So, yeah, I think I have another one. What did the ocean say when he saw the Mayflower crossing?
Nothing, he just waved.
That's right. Ooh, thank you.
What was the answer?
Nothing, he just waved. So, when I reflect on my experience, I'm truly grateful to God because, I came here. Maybe you can put the next slide. Yeah. So this is something I really struggled for a long time, and the difficulties, not just to see God as my heavenly parent, which I think many of us struggle with that, but really to see my brothers and sisters as my part of my family, my siblings. I always struggle with that, that I can see we are really a family and we're really connected. And that was for me one of the mind-blowing that actually during the channel session, my eyes opened, my spiritual eyes opened, and I saw, everyone that was clapping, I felt this is my siblings, my brother, my sister, my children, that kind of connection. And I was asking God, Heavenly Parent, why I could not feel that distinct feeling of love of, my brothers and sisters. And what I experienced is from the very beginning of creation, when God created and when God gave us the breath of life and raised us to become God's children, then we left God. So the realm of siblings, even between Adam and Eve, because they were siblings first before they get blessed and be ready to start their journey as parent. And this was never achieved. And through some guidance and through prayer, also I came to the conclusion that we may think, and that's, to me, is very profound, because it also helped me to understand my relationship with Mother as not just the holy begotten daughter, but she is the mother of the universe. She is, Wahoma. And it's when, in the garden, when God knew what's going on, but he asked them, where are you? Where are you? Means God knew, but he could not feel anymore their hearts. They already left God at that moment. So God is saying, where are you? And it's very interesting, because the first thing, we were scared, afraid, we were naked. And God said, who told you you're naked? Why you are? What did you do? And then when we see in Genesis, you will see that actually Adam, the first thing he said to God, the woman that you gave me. The woman that you gave me. So who he is accusing, Eve or God? God. So you all agree with me. The first thing that God received is an accusation from, and then Eve say, oh, actually, the archangel deceived me. So that kind of realm of love actually between Adam and Eve was broken. And Adam accused God. And that, to me, that's really, as I come more and more to understand that relationship and why women have been cursed from the very beginning. You can see in Genesis, they're cursed. But actually, what I realize is Adam should have protected his sister. We may think, oh, Adam, I receive many lectures like this. Adam is a dumb Adam. He doesn't know what he's doing. Going around and taking snake. And, we make the portrait of a dumb man. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree. Because if we think our second-gen brothers are dumb, then we really don't understand. And I believe God raised Adam with that kind of mind and heart, not as dumb. And one of the greatest mistakes that he could not protect his sister. And if he had protected his sister, he could have really understood who he is. And something also I was, through prayer, through guidance, I came to understand, discover that the Alpha and Omega that we all think is a male, but actually it's not. Everything that God designed from the very beginning was the image of woman. And this for me, there's a lot of, it's difficult, it takes time to explain. But it's just mind-blowing that Wangoma, Holy Mother Han, is challenging the whole history of religion right now. Saying that actually the beginning of everything is woman. It's mind-blowing, like 2,000 years ago when Jesus said, Abba, Father. The Jewish, the Pharisees and these leaders, they were ostracized. How can you say God is your Father, is the Master? How can you put God as your Father? From that point, Jesus got in big trouble. So think about mothers saying, declaring, Father, a heavenly God is not just male. God is more feminine than masculine. If you say that, what are you talking about? So I'm going to show you some image. I could also pray, and I started to Google, and I was mind blowing because I was, in some part of us as a male figure, we have I'm a man here, I'm the man of the house. Yes, you are, but who is guiding your house? Who is raising the children? Did I raise my children? No. They come to who first if they get hurt? Do you go to mama or to papa if you get hurt? You're not going to go to papa. It's like almost an instinct. Mommy. Not papa, mommy. Even the brother. Who do you come first? Mom or dad?
Mom.
Yeah, you see? It's so amazing So that's really showed to us deep inside that actually life, the security of life come from deep inside, the protection. The mother is the key. That's why salvation, true salvation, cannot come from the male figure, from the second coming. The true salvation, the final salvation, the liberation of God and mankind will come through the mother, through Holy Mother Han. And that's I can, there's theologians here, Professor of UTS. So please, this is my conclusion, okay? I want to challenge. But that's what I was like, mind blowing. So you can go to the, so I came with the clear goals. And some of my goals that, I really wanted to come before these last 21 days. I was going to come more early. And as I made my mind to come more early, my dad got very sick. So I have to rush to France and really take care of him. He went to a very difficult surgery, so I spent some time before the surgery because we thought he's not going to make it. And after the surgery, about a week after the surgery, so I spent about almost 3 weeks with my eldest son, Jason. And then it's amazing because I really believe that what said, he almost died. At one point, he had a cancer on his lungs, so they opened him and took out part of the cancer on his lungs, which was a very, very difficult surgery. And then at one point, the doctor called my brother. And my brother called me and my mom in tears that dad is dying. So let's get ready, like this. And so, we just pray. But Soma, he went over that. And I believe it's not just the miracles. Miracles are miracles, but what make miracles? What will make miracle?
Absolute faith.
Faith, yes. But more than faith, it's your love. And I can testify about that is we did an exercise during a lecture on divine principle. And Professor Kim challenged us and said, okay, let's make some little groups here. And please define the divine principle into one word. So we debate for about 20 minutes. And 2 words came. One word was truth.
The other is love.
And one was love.
Yeah.
So, you see, among all of us, actually, we don't have a definite definition. We argue between truth and love. And then he went deep into explaining why. And that's why I think we all need to understand the why. When Father, spoke, when Father wrote the Woli Wombo, and when Father, appoint Reverend Yu to write the exposition of divine principle, there was a struggle. There was a struggle of opinion from Father and from Reverend Yu. And Soma, Father was, but Father let it go. So the essence of the divine principle is about truth. So things got, in a sense, messed up. Like 2,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, Jesus came and went. But who, in a sense, took over? Paul, Apostle Paul. Apostle Paul did not know Jesus. He wrote many letters, many things based on truth, not really understanding the essence of Jesus. That's what Father said. I think if you remember when Father said there's a mistake on the Bible. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. What Father said should be first, I'm the love. I'm the truth, the way, and the life. But things got so much. So what we see today, and thank God Mother is still alive, is between truth and between love. Between who mother is and who people think she is not. You know, she's distorting father's words and she's making herself, who? It's very challenging. So all of this for me as the guidance and the prayer was like an explosion of love. And through that, I felt, because of that, I can start to see mothers really as my mother. And I can start to see the brothers and sisters as really my brother and sister. Before, honestly, I felt, I can't really feel it. So it's very limited in my heart, But if the essence is love, then we should be bound by love, not by just our opinion. Opinions, truth will be today truth, maybe in 10 years. What we think today truth may not be truth in 10 years, because truth may need to change, But love is eternal. Love has certain principles that are unchanging, absolute, and eternal. That's love. And if we connect with that, centered on love, then everything comes together. That's what so that's why I want to offer devotion, Johnson for True Mother during this incredible time. That was one of my first motivation. I need to be there. I need to set conditions, foundation. I need to be there and be with Mother. And amazing because, President Lee Gisan was explaining many times, and probably you heard T.L. Barrett, Pastor Nadia sent some link. We can see how much, the prayer, the devotion is for Mother to protect the holy body. Of course, Mother we want her to come back as quick as possible. But think about when Father went in Danbury. What happened after Danbury? When Jesus went to the cross and died, the condition for Jesus' death is not our salvation. As the Champumron explained, and this is very mind-blowing, this is the condition for the only begotten daughter to be born. There is some price to be paid. So that's an amazing thing. Then another one I really want to break through is resonate with heaven's heart, true parents' heart. Let go of my selfish, arrogance mind and removes resentful spirit through Chanya and Ansu. So I'll explain a bit more about that. Liberate and bless central evil spirits, medical Ansus for my physical health, and obtain house of ancestors. Yo Chang Wong. Okay, next slide. So I just want to read a few things from Go Next. So this is the second. You all got the purple one, huh? So this is part 2, and this is mostly Mother's words, based on the only begotten daughter, true Mother in the world of true parents, and that's really explain creation and in detail about the purple book, but this one goes in detail centering on true parents' words. So what really I got so moved to read that, so I just want to read a little bit with you. Heavenly Parents is not only our Heavenly Father, but also our Heavenly Mother. The name Heavenly Parents Holy Community implies that Heavenly Mother stands at the center, embracing and giving birth to all humanity. Not on the side. As people may have thought, Mother is always on the sideline. Father is the subject. That's why we were educated. That's what we saw. But actually, it's the other way around. Mother is the center. That should be that way. So it's like, oh my God, So this is from the Mother's Words on May 8, 2020. God's desire is to become the parents of humanity and realize the ideal of one global family under God, designed to be not only not only God the Father, but also God the Mother. Our Heavenly Parent is working to establish heavenly individuals, heavenly tribes, heavenly people, heavenly nations, and heavenly world, where each person, tribe, people, nation, and ultimately the world as a whole revere and attend God as their parents. The next page. However, due to the fall of our first ancestors, the realization of Heavenly Parents' ideal of creation was delayed, and human history was unfolded not around God's status as Heavenly Parent, but only around the status of the Heavenly Father, the masculine aspect of God, which has led to the male-dominated historical trajectory. Both Hellenism and Hebraism, which have laid the foundation of Western civilization, were chiefly male-centered. Consequently, the status of the feminine aspect of God as a Heavenly Mother was concealed, and God was not fully recognized as Heavenly Parent. So that being deep, this is the hand of God, that is feminine aspect, and how we view God is halfway. It's like in a family, how painful it would be if in a family you just view the husband, but the wife is just like, there's nothing. You just go good for dishes, cooking. Do you want this kind of husband who treat you that way? And you're only good for cooking, for dish and cleaning. That's it.
Laundry.
You don't want to marry such a husband. Huh? This is how we view God, just in this masculine aspect, forgetting the divinity of Mother God as nurturing, loving, giving, securing. That's why, something one of the member was explaining, and I'm not very scientific, but he explained on the viewpoint of DNA. Man is XY and woman is XX. And that the life comes from XY, but the strongest is XX. So if you like physics, then you understand. I'm not really a physician, but it just blew my mind that even from the point of DNA, how strong women are. The male, many of the sperm die. So that's really showing the not just the dignity, how strong women are. And I can testify, when I got blessed and I went to see my wife in her home. Huh? So I flew and she was in Russia. And I flew, so she came to pick me up at the airport. We drove 4 hours. It was middle of the night. Then we arrived to her home. It's a farm. And I'm in the car. And they were trying to open the door. The door didn't open. And so there's a long, high gate, so like wall. And I saw her jumping. And she jumped into the wall and then the roof. And I'm like thinking, oh my God. She's like Superwoman. That kind of my first impression was like, whoa. So, okay, next. Okay, so this is an amazing, I took this picture. We all know the Big Bang, the explosion, and life began. Actually, this is exactly what's happening in a mother's womb. When the sperm eat the egg, there's like light, come like a Big Bang, and life began. From that moment, it's not the other way around. The egg touching the sperm, and the sperm become like Superman. No, it's the other way around. So from that, I was like, oh my God, tiny Big Bang. Inside the light that spark life. When the sperm enter an egg, and bursts, a light appears. Amazing. Don't you think so? For me, it's like mind-blowing. Oh my God. The Big Bang inside of the mom, stomach. I was like, whoa. So, so heavenly, and again, I want to keep reading that. When we observe the human world and the world of nature, we come to realize that God, the Creator, is not solely a masculine subject. We must clearly understand that life can come into being only through both the Heavenly Father and a Heavenly Mother. However, until now, religious people are focused on only one side. Yet neither religion nor humanity can achieve completion through only one side alone. Without welcoming the Mother of the universe, true Mother, the only begotten daughter, there can be no salvation for fallen humankind. We must deeply understand this essence of God. When we do, issues such as race and religion will no longer pose problem. Our war, our fight is because we don't understand. The essence of God is what Mother is being telling us. I want you to understand the essence of Heavenly Parent, the essence of Jesus, and the essence of true parents. She's talking about the essence. What is the essence? The core. What is the core? If we do not understand the core of who God is, as both man, feminine, and masculine and feminine, then our own understanding of who we are and how we can bring, Mother said, they cannot be, once we understand that, race and religion will no longer pose a problem. Who determine in Jewish tradition, who determine you're Jewish? Father or mother?
Mother.
Huh? Mother. Think about that, Wow. So who really determine, who I am? If I cannot understand God completely, then I can never understand my essence, who I am as a God's child. And I cannot love. I'll be limited. I'm going to love very halfway. I'm going to love in a very limited way. As a man, So that's why, to me, that kind of realization, it was blowing. Another, you can go to the next slide. Another thing that this is also my realization. So, this painting, It's very famous, Michelangelo, the coming of. What do you focus, when you see this painting, what are you looking first? What is your eyes going through?
Fingers touching.
And the finger touching, That's right. Most people will think about that. The connection between God and man. Go to the next picture.
Yeah, there she is.
This is all angels. Think about God. Look, who do you think she is? See, she's God's precious daughter. God is holding her and he's thinking, you can go back to the first picture. He's thinking, God, in my spirit, he's thinking, can I really trust you? Can you really be the one who really understands her essence? Because I don't know about that. I'm not sure. Let me see you. Can I really give my precious, precious daughter to you? I don't know. That's how much, this is the Alpha and Omega. Without that, so that's why even in the guidance we talk about the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The Bible was written after the fall. The Bible was written, the revelation, but it comes from the concept of fallen man. So even as and holy the Bible is, I don't say about the Bible, thank God we have the scripture, we have the Bible. But many of those understanding or revelation are missing the feminine aspect of God. So we really misunderstand what really the concept of Genesis and the Bible, and then that's why we need the second coming to come and to explain. We need a true man to explain. But then without the only begotten daughter, it doesn't make sense also. Because mother is speaking from the point of view of not fallen. So the whole concept, her words is not just words that she said from the concept of a fallen person. What she said comes from God directly. She's aligned with God completely. Like Jesus, he was aligned completely to God. So when he was saying things, people didn't understand. And so he said, okay, I have to speak to you in parables. And I'm trying to help you to understand, but they could not understand what Jesus was saying. In the same way, do we really understand what Mother is saying? When Mother said the providence right now is Shang-Chi One, do we really understand what she meant? When Mother came to Las Vegas and said, this is the last gift I'm giving to America, the Shang-Chi One, do we really understand the importance of the Shang-Chi One? You know, that was one of my prayers, to really understand. You know, and why now we have all those Shang-Chi One nationwide. This is Father's office. And I'm going to tell you something. That was when I went to Rome with some ministers. That was 2 years ago. And probably you've seen a Shang-Chi One, they have a stick. You see them with a stick and like this. And many times I started, why do you need a stick? Why do you need a stick? Did you ask that question? Why do you have a stick? No? Probably some of you asked. And for me it was, why you always carry a stick? And you see them in a AJ training center with a stick from early morning, and they have a nice case. And I'm thinking, are you sleeping with a stick also? I don't know. You know, this kind of foreign question coming to my mind. But amazing. 2 years ago, when we brought the ministers to Rome with Heaven USA, I came with Levi, Dorothy, and Claire. Do you know Levi and Claire Dorothy? So Claire, she's a medium. So she will do readings. So I asked her, Claire, can you do a reading for me? Because I don't know what's going on with Heaven USA and also my health and this and that. It's okay, I'll do a reading. So we do the reading. I'm sitting, I'm holding her hand, and she go to the spiritual world. And then she's talking, she asked me some questions, so I give her some questions. And she said, oh my God, we're in the elevator now. You know, she's closing, she's in the spiritual world. And the door opening, and she's like, oh my God, Father is here with Jesus. And Father is asking me, who is him? Talking about me, you know, who is him? And she explained, oh, this is the director of Heaven, they say. They say, okay, come in. So, come in. And she described what's going on. She described that maps everywhere, and Jesus is with Father. And they're running, and so many people are running. And Father said, we're in a war right now. We're in a war. We're in a war. The war is... And she's like, that was 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And then I explained to Father, so what should I do with Heaven? He said, you know what Father do? He said, here, I'll give you a stick. And go with that stick. You can win with the stick. and then after that I go down, you know, and then finish, you know, and ask other questions about my health. But then in AJ training center, I see them with a stick, so I asked one of the leaders, you know, why do you need these sticks? He said, these are for power to move through the stick. You have incredible power. And I explained that when I did a medical ansu on my chest. And I tell you, I was screaming, even though like this. I was like, oh, so don't worry. She gave me the stick, and I was holding the stick, and I could go through the session. You know, and I'm thinking, oh my God, you know, God is really. This is the time, and when I think about Jesus 2,000 years ago, as you all know, that's what was taught us, that Jesus was not supposed to make miracles. And his miracle actually led him to, that's why I was lecturing, that his miracle was also instrumental for his crucifixion. Yeah? I don't know if you all agree with me, but then think about the Mother and Father create that AJ training center, you know, to help us to remove things that we cannot do on our own power. Mainly is central evil spirit, and then there's education, and then the blessing. You know, this directly come from the authority of the second coming and the only begotten daughter. So if we don't value the Shang-Chi one, if we don't value the ancestors' liberation and blessing, do you really value the word of true parents? That's why I realized, oh my God, do I really value their word? Like Jesus 2,000 years ago, he said when he was on the way to Calvary, and then there's a woman weeping in Luke 17, or he said, don't cry for me. Daughter of Jerusalem, cry for your children. Exactly what mother say. You all know what mother say. In the detention center, she said, don't cry for me. Don't cry for me. Pray. Huh? Really pray for each other, for your family, for each other, so each other can become one. And the main issue is that our family is not one. There's a group everywhere. And then so that's the cross of mother, the cross of Jesus sent. The disciple was not one. None of them. That's what Jesus said to Peter. Peter, do you love me? Peter, yes, Jesus, no. Peter, do you love me? Because Jesus could see as a godson, they were seeing him, they were either afraid of him or they could not connect to him, his essence as the only begotten son. They could not. So that's what Jesus is asking Peter. Do you love me, Peter? Do you love me? It's the same. We have to ask ourselves, do I love mother? Do I really love mother? Do I love mother? Then you will hear the voice inside yourself saying, actually, not much, or yes. Each one have a different path, different course. But if you don't ask that question within yourself, deep, this is something that my wife one time asked me, and she was shocked. I was shocked by her answer, by her question. She asked me, do you love your son? My elder son. We had a lot of issue. And she asked me, do you really love him? And I tell you, I was conflicted. I said, yes. But inside me, I was like, maybe not. Like this, maybe not. So ask that question. Do you really love mother? Are you ready to do anything for mother? Are you ready to give your life for mother? Because, the Bible explains, if you want to gain life, what does it say? You have to lose it. So that kind of, in a sense, is kind of serious question. This is for me, and it's not, I'm asking myself, and I'm like, oh my God, not much. So that's why one of my really longing was to be there with mother. And the international team, we are not so many, but the leadership centering on President Lee Gi-sam and other lecturers, even though we are just a little amount, but they see us as, you guys came at that moment. You guys are historical people. It's like during the time when Jesus was on the stair and Barabbas was beside. And then they ask, okay, so who do you want to release, Barabbas or Jesus? Most of them say, all of them say, Barabbas. There was none, who stood up, the disciples, they were all hiding, scared, running for their life. Think about if there was some who say, okay, I'm ready to die. I'm going to shout, Jesus! I guarantee things will have changed. the course of human history will have changed, because those really disciples were ready to give their life like this. It's why, you know, mother, when I hear you all hear the report from Yananim and Hun Suknim giving, you know, how much they want to give comfort to mother. They cannot be physically, there's a glass separating. So their heart is always talking about grandchildren, and the leader come, and it's just like, what, 10 minutes? Like exactly 10 minutes? And then think about it. So they made them explaining, we want to give hope to mother, we want to feel, and then mother get an amazing strength, to the point where those leaders, religious leaders, they're like, oh my God, I'm coming out of that detention, I feel more empowered. Mother is really the mother of the universe. She has so much power, so much love. That's why those religious leaders experiencing at the detention center. You know, it's amazing. You know, and you all know the story of this Tongil model master. You know, when mother was went to the detention, one of the first, the father came to him and said, I want you to go straight. Go to the detention center. Father told him. So he left everything and planted his little tent. And every day he's making devotion. And then when mother went out for a few days to do an eye surgery, out of the grace of God, he was there, he held her hand, and mother held him firmly. There was a connection, there was a Johnson, incredible devotion. The mother could feel it. And he explained his testimony, you know, how not just blessed, but he felt, I came here to give mother strength. I can hold her hand. I'm here. I'm not running away like the disciple of Jesus 2,000 years ago. I'm here, mother. Even though I leave everything, I'm here for you. That's why every day, there's so many people at the detention center, day and night, praying and setting condition. All of this, when God sees that, there's a condition that an incredible miracle is going to happen.
Amen.
Amazing miracle. We don't understand yet from God's point of view. But the conditions are set that there's no way Satan can say, no, there's the Johnson, the heart, the tears, the offering. Then as we know, when Satan tried to take away, and he will do it, they put mother in prison. But our Johnson, our condition, God can bring 10 times, 100 times what Satan tried to destroy, God can bring it to life 1,000 times more because of our conditions. So that's why I feel grateful I can be there with mother and pray. I don't know what to do else, but at least my Johnson, my pray. I'm with you, mother, and sending my energy so mother's holy body can feel our energy. And hopefully through that, then mother can carry on. And mother's body can be protected, holy body. Okay, next. So that's some pictures, during the prayer. So we did few times, we sang with the international team, about the goodness of God. And this is one of the this picture was taken during the 1440, and then one of the main cameraman took this photo, and then a few days later, they were looking for me, and then so one of the staff said, "Oh yeah, he's part of the 40 Days International." So they just before I left, they got me into the Peace TV recording studio. So I give testimony. Is going to come probably this week. So I share, things. Yeah, this is President Kim. This brother is a French brother. It's very interesting. He's a French brother that I knew without knowing him. He joined in New Caledonia, and I was fundraising with Roland in New Caledonia, and we were always talking about this man. So we never met this man. He used to be the National Messiah for not Samoa, for Western Samoa.
Still is.
Huh?
Still is.
He still is, yeah? Yeah, Eve Morrow. So we became very close. He lived in Australia. He worked for a long time with Dr. Young. He was his Dr. Young central. He was Dr. Young was his central figure. So we had such a great, you know, it's amazing how God brings people for some reason to our life. Next. And this is Reverend Hamlet from. He used to be the former pastor of Anchorage. Yeah, so he gave a testimony just a few days ago. Probably you heard this testimony. And again, this is with the brother. And next. Okay, so this is fortunately, you know, last year we had some central evil spirit, and I didn't know that we can bless them after some time. So we blessed them, and I did one medical answer, and this lady said to me, she was pounding my chest, and she was like, "Oh my God, there's so many evil central spirits on your chest." And I say, "Yeah, it's connected with resentment." And I say, "Yes, because, you know, I can feel so much resentment. You know, many times we will hurt people without knowing, or we get hurt by people, and we hold that, and it's so difficult to get over it. And those basically central evil spirits, if they stay there, they consume you. You know, they just stay there, and you're like consumed by the negative energy. Yeah. That's why you need to be liberated. And amazing, because I did also, my wife asked me, "Can you do on my chest too?" And after the liberation, I felt some part I still have to work on myself, but I felt like some resentment is gone. You know, and I was explained to, you know, so it is so powerful. Sorry, maybe I need to. Okay, next. So okay, and so this is the last things. One of my goals to bring the House of Ancestor, Yojang Wong, and so we had yesterday we had a celebration. We welcome our ancestor. We made nice offering table, and we welcome them, and from that, a lot of things could happen. So thank you, God. Yeah. And then, okay, and so this is do you know when you go to the Chan Wangun,
Yeah.
this is the special prayer room, huh? And so you can see your name, so we have our name, and then this candy is this candy was two fathers special candy, favorite candy. Mother knew he was fishing, so I got some for you. Then you can share, and I hope you can feel father's love, mother's love, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you very much.